Hi, boys and girls. I hope all of you are fine. I'm Miss Prema, and I'm very glad to meet all of you here for a quick revision for the upcoming SPM 1119 English papers. These videos are made exclusively for 2020 SPM candidates, and I really hope that these videos could help most of you. Hi viewers, thank you for watching this video. Do not forget to subscribe my channel to view more interesting videos that could benefit you. And also do like and share. Thank you. In this video, we will look into Paper 2, Section C, Question 31, Summary Writing. When writing a summary, you can use the brief model. B stands for box. It means box the text within the range given. And R stands for read. Read the content. And I is identify. Identifying the content points. E is to extract the content point correctly. And F, finalizing, which means you start to write your summary content using the linkers within 130 words. Let's look at an example. Okay, I'm using the 2017 comprehension paper, but then don't worry about the size. I'm just showing you the method, not really answering the question. Okay, by now you should know how to answer the question already. So now using the brief model, let's see. First thing, you box. It means you box the question first. Okay, can you see Maria and Jeffrey decided to stop watching television. Based on the passage, write a summary on what they did which improved their lifestyle. So that is boxing the question. After that, you box the range here. This is very important. Next, when your summary must, here most of you do not pay attention. You must look at this part. You see, use material from line 16 to 42. Very important. When knowing the range of the text that you need to summarize, it will be easier. You don't have to struggle to read the whole text. So now you see line 16, I already boxed here in the first page here. So below 15 is 16, right? So I put a box since it's continuing in the next page. So until line 42. So I already boxed them. Okay, if you do not want to box them, just draw a line across above 16 and below 42, line 42. Okay, after that, you also box your 10 words if you want. If you does not want, it's okay, just to highlight the thing. All right, so how do you complete the first 10 word is actually at the line 16. It doesn't come from other part. It starts from the line they give. Okay, if you have come across any question where you need to use the content from other parts to complete the first 10 word, probably that's not a good question. But so far for SPM papers, they do not do that. It starts from line that they give. Okay, so B is box. After boxing is you read. You read your content every line by line, and you bear in mind the question. So as you read and you remember what the summary wanted you to do, you will straight away highlight them or underline them or bracket them. Okay, so you read. So as you read, you're actually identifying. When you're identifying, you of course you will identify the whole sentence, but when you extract, you have to extract only the important part of the content, not the whole sentence. Okay, so after that you finalize by writing them. So let us see how to write the summary. Okay, before we look into how to write the summary, I would like to give some advice. Okay, do not write more than 130 words. So after the 130 words, 10 words are given. Therefore, candidates write only 120 words. So some student used to ask, can we write like 135, 31 or 32? I would say no. Stop at 130 because paper markers will count your words in detail. Okay, that's one of the requirement when the paper markers mark the paper. Okay, next, when you write extra word, the paper marker will stop at 130 and the paper marker will see the last sentence. Does it make sense without that extra word? If it is making sense, then content marks is given for that sentence. If without the 2 or 3 words, meaning doesn't come true, content number 10 will not be counted. So it's a waste. That's why I'm telling you, stop at 130. All right. So you must use 10 words given. Okay, it's a rule. Must use. Next, write the total word in bracket below the summary. So don't cheat. You write the 130. You write the around 135, but you put the 130. Everything will be counted. So remember. So let's go to other advice. Okay, let's further see the advice. Okay, give at least 10 content points. If can, you can write extra content points, but don't exceed 130 words. Okay, why I say write extra content point? Because maybe you might have given the wrong content point and that extra can be a backup. Okay, but don't worry, there is no minus mark if you give wrong content points. The marks will only drop when you make errors. Okay, so next advice is use at least 5 to 6 single word linker. Why I say single word linker? Because the word count. So why you want to use like on the other hand? It's forward. You can actually think about any single word. Remember, summary is about, it's not about writing using bombastic words. It's about summarizing. Okay, so it's mean you write only the gist, the important part. Okay, next, another advice, a recommendation, write in 5 columns by 26 lines and leave one box blank at the beginning to show it's a short paragraph. Okay, so let's see the allocation of marks for summary writing. So language will be 5 marks, content will be 10 marks. Even you give 11 content points or 12 content points, your maximum marks for content will be 10 only. So total will be 15. If you ask me, is it difficult to get 15 marks, teacher? Not at all. Okay, just follow what I'm going to say next. Okay, let's see how the language mark is awarded. Okay, if you see here, I put 1 and 2. 1 mark or 2 marks. This is usually done by very weak student. Usually they'll be copying any paragraph from the range given or copy any sentences. This is for very extreme student. If you have friends who are really very extremely weak, probably you can suggest them to do this. So from there, they can get at least a few content points by copying. Okay, so just help them a bit. If they are capable of writing, ask them to write. Don't leave it blank. Okay, so next, those students who are thinking about scoring better grades, I will say your mark starts from 3. So 3 means you can identify content about 7 to 8, and then you use linkers 3 to 4, and then has spelling errors, has grammar error, and a little rephrase structure. It means you are able to give a different structure there. Okay, when I say has spelling error and grammar mistake, it is actually a serious thing because you are writing summary, you are taking the content point from the paragraphs. How can you have unnecessary spelling errors and grammar mistake? You're actually copying most of them. Okay, only that you are restructuring a bit. So that's what I'm telling you. Avoid grammar mistake and spelling mistake here. Okay, so 4 marks is like you can identify contents about 9 to 10. You use linker full 5 to 6. Don't use linkers for all content, like you give 10 linkers. That's ridiculous. Okay, you must have gaps in between. Then it looks pretty, right? And then you have about 1 or 2 spelling errors, 1 or 2 grammar mistakes, and then some rephrase like maybe 50% like that, okay, or 60%, right? So for 5 marks, it's like you can identify all 10 content points, not less than that. And then you can use linkers well, 5 to 6 linkers, and then no spelling error, no grammar mistakes, and then well rephrase structure. So you see, it's perfect, flawless piece. Then only 5 marks. You do little bit errors, and then you expect better marks like 5 marks. Impossible. All right. Okay, I would like to show you some part of the marking schema. If you see the marking scheme, they put up here paraphrase. But then inside here, this is for 5 marks now. Candidates make a sustained attempt to rephrase the text language. Their expression is secured. Allow phrases from text which are difficult to substitute. Okay, it means rephrase is one of the method under the bigger umbrella called paraphrase. Okay, so you're not supposed to do the major changes here, but then you have to rephrase. Okay, I'll explain to you about rephrase in the next slide. Okay, let us see the difference between rephrase and paraphrase. Okay, paraphrase is the process of rewriting text into a different form, but still retaining the core meaning of the text. It means you're doing a major change without affecting the meaning. Okay. In another word, we will say rewording. It means process of swapping words with synonyms. So you have to know the exact meaning of it. Okay. So whereas rephrasing involves changing the order of the words in the text, or if you can change some word without affecting the meaning, you can do it. Okay. So therefore, don't be confused. Do not paraphrase, but rephrase. You can refer to the marking scheme. It is stated rephrase. So just now, that's the reason I want to show you. Okay, let me tell you what is paraphrasing in detail again. Okay, it's mean when you are in university, when you are writing thesis or any project paper, you are supposed to take some details about what expert has said. Okay, so when you want to write in your work, you cannot copy exactly. You have to rephrase it. Okay, sorry, you have to paraphrase it. So actually paraphrasing is a very high level, not for SPM student. What they're asking here is just rephrase, maybe changing some order, taking only that part of the sentence is already a rephrase process. But if you can swap the word with confidently without affecting the meaning, you can proceed, no problem. Okay, so okay, let's look at this example. You can see the text is boxed and then the contents are highlighted. Okay, let me show you what is rephrased. Can you see the first one? To make the office a fun place, she suggests the establishment of a laughter club at each company. So when you write, you don't take the whole sentence, right? You take only the part, the important part. That is already a rephrase process. Okay, you're doing it already, but then you are claiming that you must change the word and all that. That's where the problem starts. That's why you are losing your marks. Okay, so you are actually doing it. You can continuously see other content, a few types of laughter therapy, also another rephrase. You didn't take the whole sentence. And then the third one, you can see among them are putting a pen between your teeth to stimulate a smile, and the ho ho ha ha, which involves laughing while clapping your hands. Okay, here actually you have to rephrase because it's a whole sentence, but I see some unnecessary details here. So you can say among them are putting a pen between teeth. Maybe you can take away your, okay, between teeth to stimulate a smile and laughing while clapping. You don't need to put your hand. Your hand is actually clapping, understood. We are clapping with our hands, right? We don't clap with other things, right? So while clapping, just stop here. So in between and the ho ho ha ha is unnecessary. You can take it away. It's already rephrasing. So next sentence, you see, not taken the whole sentence. Another one here, employee can use the room. Here it's like whole sentence with a few content. I can see 3 content here. Okay, in this case, you can take the whole thing, but then probably you can restructure it. Okay, that you put some kind of reorganizing. Okay, and then you can see the next one, not full sentence also. continuously until the end. Okay, so this is just an example I would like to show you. So you're already doing rephrasing unknowingly. Okay, so continue with what you're doing. If you're very confident of changing some word, you know the meaning exactly, proceed. If you don't have the confidence, don't do it. Okay. Okay, I was telling about one word linker earlier. So these are the examples. You can stick to this, no problem. You can say that teacher not interesting. Remember, summary is about, it's not about writing creatively. It's about summarizing, getting the gist. Okay. So if can, try to stick to this first, then leave about 1 point, then furthermore another point you leave without linker, moreover, and then you leave one more point besides, another one more point you can leave, and then finally the last point you put finally. So that's it. And then when I say use 5 rows by 26 column, this is how it look like. Teacher, if I don't want to use, it's okay. That's what I'm telling you. When I'm suggesting something, there is a benefit. Okay, so I won't simply suggest without any benefit, because you can save your time by when you are calculating, because I told you already the teacher will calculate, so one extra word will affect you also. All right, so just follow whatever tips and advice I'm sharing here. Hi boys and girls, we have come to the end of a quick revision for summary writing section. I really hope that my explanation on how to write summary is very helpful. So good luck and do well in your summary writing section.